What is up, people, and welcome back to my Rags to Riches F1 2010 to 2014 career mode. This is the career mode where we go from one of the worst teams in F1 2010, work way up through the ranks and through the teams, and try and get a drive for one of the best teams in F1 2014. We are currently in the F1 2013 season. We've done 3 races already, so if you have missed any of the previous seasons or the 3 rounds of this season, then you can go catch up with the card annotation in the top right hand corner of your screen. Click that and there will be a playlist there for you guys to go catch up on everything that you have missed. But like I said, we're here at round 4, the Bahrain Grand Prix, and going into today's race, we are 8th place in the standings, which is of course a Lotus seat once again for next season. But we don't want a Lotus seat for next season. We want to be racing for one of the top 4 teams, which is Mercedes first, Red Bull second, Williams third, and Ferrari in 4th. If we can get any of those top 4 teams, then it'll be a pretty decent season indeed. So that is the goal. That is the target. Get top 4, and then we get one of the best teams for F1 2014. Emails going into today's race, though. And teammate challenge, unfortunately, we are losing out to Kimi Räikkönen on that one. On everything. He's outraced us, he's got more podiums, he's outqualified us, he's got faster laps, and he's got more championship points. So we need to buck up our ideas, and we need to start getting some decent results this season. Race results data, though, disappointing race in China for me. P13 just did not have the pace out on track, and I don't really have any excuses for it. I just didn't have the pace. Seriously, I just did not have the pace for that circuit, and it's disappointing. But race information for this Bahrain Grand Prix, it's going to be nice and dry. Of course, it is in the desert. However, last season, in the 2012 season, actually rained in Abu Dhabi, which of course is a desert as well. So it's never guaranteed to be a dry race in the desert on these games. And a balanced path for research and development, but no research and development for this weekend. So without any further ado, let's head over to the race weekend for the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's one short qualifying time here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. Hopefully this will go a lot better than the Chinese Grand Prix one-shot qualifying session, and we can actually hook up the corners. But let's wait and see as we go down towards the line, get the DRS open and across the line, and let's get this lap underway. Let's get into the top half of the field. That is what we're aiming for. Let's get into the top 10 for the first time this season. Braking hard down in towards turn 1. Get the car turned in. A little bit of oversteer through the corner, but it's not too bad at the end of the day. And we can still go on to set a pretty decent lap. So far, we are 9 tenths down in Sector 1. That is not good. That is not good at all. Why are we so slow? So here we go into the final corner now, braking at the 100-meter board. Flick the car in for the right-hander. Use all the track available to us. Down towards the line. Was it going to be good enough for? Definitely not pole position. But will it be the back markers? Yes. Just about. Just about beating Jules Bianchi. I'm not too sure whether the AI cars are just faster in the short qualifying session, because when we did the 3 qualifying sessions, we managed to get through very easily indeed. It could just be the tracks. Maybe we're just not that good at China, Bahrain, or Australia, but we are good at Malaysia, and we are going to be better at circuits coming up. We just have to wait and see. But it's just not good enough. That is slow. That is seriously slow in today's qualifying session. It's Sebastian Vettel who gets pole position for today, just about beating Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg. Also, Fernando Alonso being up there as well in P4. Mark Webber is in 5th. Felipe Massa 6th, and Kimi Räikkönen gets P7 in today's qualifying session, with Sergio Perez 8th, Jenson Button 9th, Nico Hülkenberg rounds out the top 10. And there we are, all the way down in P18. 3.6 seconds off the pace of the leaders. It's not good enough, and hopefully we can pick up the pace as the race goes on. So without any further ado, let's head over to the race for the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's race day here at the Bahrain Grand Prix, starting once again way down the field in P18. That's just usual for this channel, isn't it? We start all the way down the field in the qualifying session. We might as well just do last to first in every single race on this challenge, even career mode and stuff like that, because we're just not good in qualifying. We are awful in qualifying all the time. But race strategy for today, starting on the option tyres, pitting for the primes, and we're going to go for a cautious fuel strategy, pitting for those prime tyres on lap 6 of this 14-lap race. Teammate challenge, I don't even want to look at this, but there's Kimi Räikkönen. 4-0 on the out-qualified. It's not good enough. It is just not good enough. 0% chance of rain. Pole position, of course, went to Sebastian Vettel, with Lewis Hamilton 2nd and Nico Rosberg in 3rd. Right, nothing else to talk about, so let's head down to the track and get today's race underway. Sebastian Vettel is the pole man for today's race, with Lewis Hamilton alongside him in 2nd and Nico Rosberg 3rd. There's my teammate Kimi Räikkönen in P7 for today's race, and there is myself in P18. And as you may have seen, we have gone back to our old helmet for this race. We've gone back to the classic, the blue and yellows. It's now 5 red lights. It is lights out, and away we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix. We need a good start and hopefully try and challenge for quite a few positions down towards turn 1, but it's not good enough. Look at the Caterham going for the overtake down towards turn 1. Here we go, trying to pick a gap. I can see one. There we go. Pick that gap between the Sauber and the Toro Rossos there. Oh, I've been caught on somebody else. Thank you very much for driving into the side of me. Losing the back end. Nearly taking out Paul de Resta as we go through the exit of turn 2. And now down in towards turn 3. Can we maybe just go for an overtake once again up the inside? We're going to try it up the inside. Ferrari just about squeezing through there. We've got Massa all over the back of us. Massa's gone for a spin. Not too sure what on earth happened there. I think he went into the side of me. I already overtook him, so there was no reason for him to be there. If we look behind us, there's Massa. He switches back on us, and yeah, he just says, I don't know, that is sort of my fault, but where else am I going to go? There is a bit more room to Sergio Perez. I'm turning maybe a lot more, but I am still turning for the corner. There's a lot more room over on that right-hand side that Felipe Massa could have chosen. So I'm going to go with Felipe Massa's fault for that one. Well, a racing incident. It's not really anyone's fault going into that corner. But let's get on with our own race. We're in P7 at the moment. Trying to hunt down P8, sorry, trying to hunt down P7, which belongs to Sergio Perez. May have a look up the inside in towards the hairpin, which I do. Up the inside, Jenson Button as well. A little bit of a wheel bang between myself and the McLaren. He's gone wide. I've made contact with another McLaren. Both McLarens. Okay. I'm getting involved in some controversy in today's race. This one is definitely my fault. A little bit too deep down in towards the corner. And just a bit of a wheel bang there with Jenson Button. Force him wide. And then as I come back onto the racing line, Perez, that one was his own fault. I mean, look how much room he's got compared to me. He's turned into me. There's so much room for him to take. And yeah, he's put himself into sort of a half spin. Both drivers still carrying on, but losing a lot of time. Oh, there's a driver off the track ahead of us. It's Sebastian Vettel, the pole man for today's race. I'm not too sure whether that was a failure or whether he had a coming together with somebody else. We've had so many replays already at the start of the race. I think he just pulled over to the side of the road, to be fair to him. There wasn't a collision with anybody else. But Sebastian Vettel already out of today's Bahrain Grand Prix as we're now trying to close in on Fernando Alonso for P4. He's battling with the other Red Bull of Mark Webber at the moment for the podium positions. We've got Lewis Hamilton leading the race with, I believe, Nico Rosberg. And second safety car's been deployed. Safety car has been deployed already in today's race. Just going to slow it all down. And we're going to get ready to go once again. Not too sure on the strategy now. Do we come into the pits for a set of prime tyres and try and take them to the end? Or do we try and stay out? Is the safety car going to be out for long enough, though? Do you know what? I think it may. I think they go for 2 or 3 laps for the safety car. That would take us to lap 4 or lap 5. A couple of laps earlier. So, yes, let's go. Let's do it. Let's go into the pits. Let's go for a set of prime tyres. And let's try and do the jump on everybody else. Fernando Alonso going very slowly at the moment because of the safety car. This is our 3rd safety car of this career, which is pretty incredible. 3rd safety car. After 4 seasons, pretty much, we've only had 3 safety cars. This is a little bit shocking, but we will take them when they come, and hopefully today's one we can use to our advantage. We are going to be very, very slow at the end of the safety car period. At the end of the race, sorry, not safety car period. At the end of the race. But I think it should still be okay. I reckon we may have a really good chance of getting a podium here today, but putting it down into Lee Mix. And we're going to be coming into the pits on this lap for a set of prime tyres. So here we go. Make sure we set the prime tyres for today's race. Into the pits we go. And we should be the only driver coming into the pits. Not too sure whereabouts it's going to put us. Probably, yeah, most likely all the way down to the back of the field in 21st position. That's where they're predicting. We've gone on to a set of hard tyres. Orange-walled hard tyres. And I actually think we may come out still in the top 15. Let's wait and see, though, as we come out of the pits now. We've got a car there on our left-hand side. We're going to come out just behind John Eric Vergne, unless we can jump him down towards turn 1. Do we have to give that position back? No, we don't. We have come out ahead of John Eric Vergne in P10. And that is pretty decent in today's race. Everybody's going to be bunched up at the safety car period. They're all going to be coming into the pits on lap 6. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we have pulled off an amazing strategy and we can come out in the lead of the race. Okay then, safety car is coming in this lap. So this is our chance. Putting it up into, not rich mix just yet, but we are going to have a lot of fuel left to burn in this race. Look, plus 3 laps of fuel we are going to have to burn in this race. We have to be aware of Adrian Sittil. Just need to get these tyres warmed up. Just try and get them up to temperature. Unfortunately, we can't. Not like we can in F1 2016 because they set the pace. But green flag, we are underway once again. Putting up into rich mix, and I'm ready for the race restart. Come on, come on, come on. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Come on, when are we going to go? When are we going to go? Give me that chance. If you let me go mid-corner, I'm going to be really, really pissed off. Anyway, here we go. Come on, come on. No, yes. Right, go, 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 go. Use the curves, following in the slipstream of this driver. Get past him now, and there we go. Job done on Adrian Sittil. Right, what can we do on Paul di Resta? Using a whole lot of curves once again. Down in towards turn 1. We're going to make it 3 wide. Down into this corner. Up the inside, di Resta. Up the inside of Hulkenberg as well. Side by side with Gutierrez and Nico Hulkenberg. And Hulkenberg gets the job done on us. Gutierrez is on our outside. We get the job done on him. Right, there we go. Up into P7 already in this race. Now following in the slipstream of Nico Hulkenberg. Pulling over to the right-hand side. Trying to get the job done. Down in towards turn 3. And there we go. Already right behind my teammate. And back pretty much where we were before we came into the pits. And we have a pit stop on these guys. So they are probably most likely going to shoot off into the distance at the moment. But I'll pull them back in. They're going to make a pit stop. And I'm going to pull them back in. Okay, then here we go. A couple of drivers coming into the pits here on lap 6 of this race. That's going to put me up into P2 for the time being. Lewis Hamilton still yet to come into the pits as Nico Rosberg is the #1 driver in that team. So Nico Rosberg into the pits. Lewis Hamilton stays out. And at the moment, it's looking like I'm in a provisional lead of today's race. How long can we stay here, though? The other guys right behind us, Gutierrez and the likes of those guys, do have to make a pit stop still in this race. So we are going to have a big old, like, 20-second lead over the guys behind us. But they are definitely going to be quicker than us. They're quicker than us in the game. They're quicker than us around this track. So we're just going to have to wait and see. At the moment, Lewis Hamilton has a 9-second lead over myself. But that is going to be slashed completely as he makes his pit stop for today's race. He probably will come back at me as the race goes on. But will it be enough to go for the overtake, and will it be enough to take the lead of the race? We'll have to wait and see as the race goes on. We're about halfway through the race at the moment. Lewis Hamilton does come into the pits. There he is now, getting a new set of tyres. And there we go, taking the lead for the first time in the 2013 season. Okay then, 7 seconds separates myself and Lewis Hamilton. If he catches up with a rate of 1 second per lap, he will be able to go for the fight by the end of the race. But I think he's quicker than that. I think he is actually quicker than 1 second a lap. However, I may have the chance to defend down in towards the big braking zones and, of course, the DRS zones as well. So we just have to wait and see what he can do. The only real chance he has is into the corners. 6.1 seconds already. He's already cut off a second of my time in a sector. That's absolutely mad stuff happening here today at the Bahrain Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton's just too quick in that Mercedes car. It's like the 2014 Mercedes. The Mercedes, for some reason, are just so quick in the 2013 game. Lewis Hamilton, the gap at the moment, probably 5.5 seconds. Wow, Lewis. Can you just slow down a little bit, mate? Please. Give me a chance. And now I have to go into standard mixed fuel because I've burnt out my fuel. I have to go down towards standard. Mark Webber, though, overtaken Nico Rosberg in today's race. So that's a little bit of an interesting battle going on. If those guys can battle away, the gap will get bigger, and I'll have a better chance of holding on to P2 if Lewis Hamilton overtakes me. 2.8 seconds is the gap to Lewis Hamilton, so he will most likely be on my tail when we cross the line next time around. Oh, no, no, no. He's not giving me a lot of time to defend against him. That's going to give us 4 laps where we have to try and defend from Lewis Hamilton. It's going to be difficult, but let's see what we can do. Okay, and there we go. Lewis Hamilton is now within DRS range of us down towards turn 1. Okay, this is going to be difficult. He's got DRS on us down in towards turn 1. We're going to defend our inside line. If he wants to go for the overtake, he's going to have to do it around the outside down towards turn 1. He's broken a lot later than us in towards the corner. We're still going to try and defend, squeeze him out on the outside, and there we go, holding on to the lead still. This battle is going to continue over the rest of this race, but we've got to do our best. We've got to try and keep Lewis Hamilton behind us. Lewis Hamilton is literally right on my gearbox at the moment, trying to find any little gap to get past us. He's going to have DRS once again down in towards this corner. Once again, though, I think I do have the abilities under braking to defend against him. And there we go. He tried a little bit of a switchback maneuver, but was not able to find the gap. Okay, what can Lewis Hamilton do this time around down in towards turn 1? He's right to my tail again. There he goes, running a little bit wide. That's going to give me a chance to defend a little bit against him. He is going to have slipstream and DRS, though. I'm going to use all of my curves down in towards turn 1 to defend with. I'm going to defend the inside line once again. Try and brake as late as I possibly can against Lewis Hamilton. And I should be able to defend the position, which I can. Hugging the apex as much as possible and getting the line through turn 2. Oh, this is going to be close. This is going to be seriously close between the three of us now as Mark Webber joins onto the back of this train. Oh, Hamilton and Webber having a little bit of a fight behind us. All we need to do, though, in this race is just keep it clean. Just keep it clean. Hit every single apex. If we hit every single apex, that does not give Hamilton a single chance of finding a gap to get through us. It's now Nico Rosberg, I think that is. Yep, Nico Rosberg joins the train. Oh, running it wide through the corner. That's giving Lewis Hamilton a chance. There's a bit of a side bang between the two of us as now Mark Webber overtakes him and moves up into P2. Lewis Hamilton got a little bit feisty down in towards that corner. I blocked it off, but in doing so, he went into the side of me as he tried to dive it up the inside. A bit of a rash move there from Lewis Hamilton, but he needs to do something if he wants to get past us. Right, defending again. This time, though, to Mark Webber, who's not going to be as quick in a straight line compared to the Mercedes crew, as it's Nico Rosberg trying to join the back of this train. I think he was right our tail, but went a little bit wide down in towards the final corner, which allowed a bit of a gap between him and Lewis Hamilton. As Lewis Hamilton tried to get past Mark Webber, but like I said, Mark Webber not quick enough in a straight line to go for the overtake, but Lewis Hamilton trying it around the outside of Mark in towards turn 1, but cannot get the job done. Mark Webber trying to go for a move on the left-hand side. I'm going to block that off. He's going to go for the round the outside if he wants to try and get past us into this corner. Can he do a switchback maneuver? No, he cannot. And that defense on Mark Webber has actually cost him 2 positions to Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg. As we're coming up to the final lap now of this Bahrain Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton having a little look up the inside there. Still not able to find a way through. And this train is just growing and growing. All aboard the Gullis train as we go into the final lap of this Bahrain Grand Prix. Who is going to come out victorious from this battle? Using Kurz out to the final corner. That gives us a slight gap to Lewis Hamilton down in towards turn 1. Right, Lewis Hamilton going on the attack. I'm going defensive as I usually do. Lewis Hamilton, if he wants to go for the overtake, has to go around the outside down in towards turn 1. We're going to hug the apex through turn 1, which we do. And there we go, holding on to the lead of the race. But can we do it across the final lap? Tyre wear is looking bad, but it's still good enough to try and hold on for the rest of this race. They're not going to burst on this final lap, which is good news. Down in towards turn 3. Hugging the apex once again, not allowing Lewis Hamilton the chance to go for the overtake. A slight bit of oversteer through there, losing the back end, a bit of a tank slapper, but it's not enough still for Lewis Hamilton to go for the overtake. Still holding on to P1. We're defending our inside line at every single opportunity. No chance for Lewis Hamilton to get through. Running a little bit wide through that corner, but still not a chance for Lewis Hamilton to get through. This is so tense right now. This is such a hard defense against the 2 Mercedes drivers trying to defend the inside line down towards this corner. Oh, Hamilton trying to do the switchback maneuver on us down in towards that corner. Gonna have to defend the inside line once again. Lewis Hamilton, if he wants to go for the overtake, has to go around the outside, which he tries to do. Can he do it? No, he can't. Losing the back end once again. It's now Nico Rosberg up into P2. Mark Webber is in P3, doing something very similar to what happened to Mark Webber on the previous lap. Nico Rosberg trying to get through round the penultimate corner now. One more corner left to go in this race. We have a slight lead over Nico Rosberg as we run down towards the final corner now. Can we hold on for our first win of the 2013 season? Our first win since USA in 2012. Down towards the line. Will Nico Rosberg have enough to go for the overtake? I don't think so. And it is a race win here today at the Bahrain Grand Prix. P1, get in. What a strategy. What a result. And that is exactly what we needed to get this F1 2013 season underway. What a result. What a fantastic result. And it looks like the luck of the old helmet comes back to us because we change our helmet and we go and get a race win. I mean, let's not take away from the safety car. I was helped out massively by the safety car period. If it wasn't for the safety car, I would have been down the field battling for P5 at the most. That's probably the best I could have done, batting for P5. But nevertheless, the safety car came out. We picked the right strategy compared to the other drivers. And look what happened. We won the race. We are victorious here today with Nico Rosberg in second and Lewis Hamilton in third. There was actually a big gap between Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton, so very slow out to the final corner for those guys. Mark Webber finishes in 4th with my teammate Kimi Räikkönen in 5th. Fernando Alonso in 6th with Nico Hülkenberg 7th. Esteban Gutierrez in 8th with Adrian Sittel 9th. And Paul Di Resta getting the final championship points here today. Pastor Maldonado and Felipe Massa just missing out on points, with Jenson Button down in 14th place after maybe that collision he had with me. And Sergio Perez did not finish today, and neither did Sebastian Vettel. So not a good day for the guy battling for second in the championship. Right, let's see how this affects us in the Drivers' Championship. We are in P5. P5 for the Drivers' Championship, and I don't actually know what position that is for next season. I think it is, yes, it's McLaren for next season. So if we stay as we are, we get a McLaren seat for next season. We're on the same points as our teammate Kimi Räikkönen, but this time, because Kimi Räikkönen hasn't got any race wins, we are above him. So that's a pretty decent result here today. Up into P5, a McLaren seat for next season. 7 points behind Mark Webber for that Ferrari seat. That is what we're hunting down. We are trying to get a Ferrari seat for next season, but let's see if we can do it. We just got to keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best that we can get the Ferrari seat, or even better, maybe even an even better drive for next season. But Lewis Hamilton has a 14-point lead in this championship at the moment, so well done to him. But there's still a long way left to go, and anything can happen. Constructors' Championship now. Mercedes lead the way, 27 points over Infinity Red Bull Racing after Sebastian Vettel's DNF here today. We are in third place, 82 points on board. Got a bit of a gap now to the Ferrari team and closing in on the Red Bulls. Can we get the Red Bulls? Can we get the Red Bulls at the end of the season? That'll be pretty incredible stuff in the Constructors' Championship. But that is it for today's Bahrain Grand Prix. If you have enjoyed the episode, don't forget to smash a like on it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so for daily Formula 1 content. And don't forget also to share this video with your friends. And I will see you next time at the Spanish Grand Prix. But until then, it's goodbye from me.